Hi guys, welcome to your last video in your series. Really exciting because after this one you can go and study your brains out and race that clock. Don't forget to book your exam in, don't forget to distribute and chunk down. Okay, and use all those strategies that I've shown you. Now, how do you know what's in your exam? Guys, the reality is this: you need to look at old exams. Now, when I say old, I don't mean like 5-10 years old. I mean any exam as recent as possible that you can get your hands on, okay? So the IREX ones that they use for the RPL and PPL, they're locked up, they're in this bank of electronic, they're constantly changing. Very hard to get hold of. The RAOs ones are paper, and the CFIs and that have them locked up. Very hard to get hold of. But what they will do is give you previous ones that they have. But what you need to do is ask this question if you're getting them. Check for recency, okay? Ask them, if they hand you an exam, how old is this? If it's 8 years old, honestly, guys, it is just a waste of your time. The aerodynamics and stuff might not have changed, but all the legislation will have changed because in the last 2 years, we've got a whole new manual of standards that applies the whole way across the board. Part 61. We've got RALs has brought out a new technical manual and a new operations manual. The RPL didn't even exist sort of 3 years ago. So everything's changed. So you can't, unfortunately, right now, you can't rely on old exams like you could, say, 5 years ago, which is why a lot of people are turning to us, right? So you want to get hold of the old CASA PDF exams. They're on the CASA website. I've actually got them on my website, and I've turned them into electronic so that they're random order and random order for the actual answers. So you can also check with other students. Now, they're not going to be able to give you 60 questions, but they might be able to say, hey, make sure you know this one. Everybody says it's in there. Or make sure you know this one because they try and trick you with this one. But that's only going to form a small part of your study. So get your hands on as many old exams as you can. That is your best indication of what's in there. Pilot practice exams, we've got 2,000 questions in there. We are undoubtedly the best out there at the moment. Not saying we'll stay that way, but right now we're the best, we're the most recent. We've put in the most development work. Our students are raving about us. Now, let me qualify that. RAOs, we are just brilliant, and I'll tell you why. Because they have paper exams and they don't change as much and as often. And the feedback I get, I'm able to generate. I never try and copy the questions. What I do is try and generate questions that you will know that content. The PPL is a bit the same. I've had enough students go through it and give me feedback that we're fairly close. We're getting great results in the 90s, and they're telling us that our side is making all the difference. The RPL is a little bit different. The RPL is much newer, and we've had way less students go through it. So yes, we're on the mark. We will get you over the line, but we're not as close as we are with RAOs and PPL, and we're going to require some more feedback. But we're still the best thing out there. We're still the biggest chance you've got of a pass. What I can tell you is this. We've got it with the RPL, I think we've got around about 80% of the content right. I reckon there's about 20, maximum 25% of the content that we're not really aware of yet. We've got it in there, but we just maybe don't ask it the right way or the same way. And we'll take a little bit of time to get there. Probably another 6 months or so we'll have that nailed. So that's where we're at. Our exams are very close to the mark. Now, another question that you're probably going to ask is, if you're thinking about joining up, is it worth it for me? Okay, or is it worth it? Okay, well, guys, it's $67. Let me tell you honestly, if I break this down to an hourly rate, it probably works out at about $1 an hour, maybe less if I go back to 4 years, because for 3 years I didn't even charge for this, right? So if I use that, I'm probably negative about $20 or $30 an hour. So that still doesn't make it worth it. What makes it worth it is this. How much will this improve you compared to, say, 1 or 2 hours with an instructor? You go with 2 hours with an instructor, minimum that's going to be $80. Maximum is probably going to be about $140, depending on your instructor's hourly rate. I guarantee this will improve you more than 2 hours with an instructor. Absolutely guarantee it. Okay? No question in my mind. And in fact, I've had a student yesterday, Beck Smith, who just scored 95% in her PPL exam, and she basically said that on Facebook to another student. She said, just look, this is ridiculously cheap. She said, compare it to the value of time with an instructor. Now, another question you might be thinking is, will it work for me? Guys, we've never had anyone fail, okay? There may have been someone secretly out there failed and didn't tell me, but I get a lot of feedback from a lot of people. I reckon I get 2 or 3 Facebook messages a day. I see stuff in the Facebook group, and I get emails, and they're constantly Pass, 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 pass. Thanks, thanks, thanks. You know, you made the world a difference. Okay, I've never had anyone come back to me and say, Matt, your site sucks, or Matt, that wasn't worth it. I've had a couple of people come back and say, Matt, there's a couple of questions in there I've never seen on your site. Okay, but that's to be expected because CASA and RAOs are going to change things. You know, they need to change things so that people can't just rote learn the answers. So guys, we'd love to have you on board if you'd like to join the family. Jump on into our Facebook group, whether you're joining up or not. Use the free exams, whether you're joining up or not. But once you're convinced with the value, you know, jump in as early as possible so you can maximize the benefit that you get. Book that exam, join, and, you know, race that memory as fast as you possibly can. Hit this join now button up here. Take you to the join page. There's the join button there, which will take you to PayPal. You don't need to have a PayPal account. You can use PayPal or a credit card. And we don't store any details on this site. We use the PayPal site because it's safe and secure. And we'd love to have you on board. So thank you for watching. I'm Matt Connors. I really hope you got something out of this. If you did, please go and join now. Or if you're not going to join, please give us a like or share or a positive comment on Facebook, or share this out to other people who you think might be interested. So thanks for watching, guys, and join now.